And then right after, but then I hated how in 3 they told you where to go like for everything. Like they told you like where to go. I mean, I know like I understand like a lot of people thought it was hard, so maybe they like made it easier for like for all the casuals and stuff. But yeah.
Now, speaking of Metroid, the Metroid series in general, Super Metroid is really good for that shit.
Oh yeah.
If you start playing Super Metroid, you get a general idea of what the fuck to do, and then you'll get to like somewhere like maybe in the first 20% of the game, and at some point, I know everyone did this at one point. They looked up in the guide because they didn't know where to go.
Oh yeah, same with me.
Certain games you have to look up and cheat in the guide, but
I mean,
no game that's worth playing should have to have that. It's a sad thing that you have to do that for certain games.
I don't know if any of you ever played a small-time RPG for the Dreamcast called Silver, but they never, ever told you where to go. The only reason I kept playing that game was because once I got to the monk's monastery and I picked up the martial artist guy, I realized he could kick people and make them explode into chunks of blood that were reminiscent of, if you kill someone in Unreal Tournament and blow up their body, yeah, they did that. But they were nice little chibi people, so it was fun. Because you'd see this big, huge guy with an axe, and your little dude would be going, they're trying to kill him. And then your little monk guy would walk over to him, kick him in the nuts, and just chunks of people would fly out. And that's the only reason I kept playing that game. They would tell you where you were supposed to go after you got there. Like, if you had finished that objective, then they'd tell you where you were supposed to be going. Or someone would mention it in passing conversation, like 7 objectives ago. And I'd have to look at the fact, and the fact would be like, I didn't know where I was going, so I just explored the world, and I found out this is where you go. So I kept reading the fact to look at that. Alright, so what I mentioned before was how I cataloged the games that I could produce pieces or parts of. Yeah, and I cataloged the differences between finished and complete. One, to show that games are harder now, or rather, they're less easy to complete. And also, I realized, someone had mentioned it to me before, that there's just more stuff to do at the end of the game. So the actual game is easier now, so you can go back and try it on something else. And I think my findings will be a little skewed, because I have a lot of games for certain consoles, and then a few games for other ones, and I put all 3 of the Game Boy, all 3 Game Boy iterations together. So that one will be a little different. But as you can see from the lists, I'm going to put up in the video either here or
towards
before.
the end or something. It'll show up eventually.
Alright, so here are the lists. We start with Game Boy. In retrospect, I realized I should have separated the different iterations of the Game Boy because they came out at different times, and therefore this data skews our overall data, but hey, it happens. This is all 3 of the Game Boys. The Game Boy Color, and GBA. All those games that I have in various forms. And then comes the Genesis. And then comes the Game Gear. And then the PlayStation 1. And the Dreamcast. I have a lot of games for the Dreamcast because it's easy to get games for. Yeah, if you're looking at the lists, if you care to look, you really don't have to, it doesn't matter. A minus means I've beaten the game, and X means I've got 100%. This is my PS2 list, and my friend who decided it was time to say hi. Yeah. And comes the Gamecube. This is in the order I got the consoles. I don't remember when the Gamecube and the DS came out. This is DS. And here's the Wii. And I hate spelling errors. You have no idea.
Let's get back. Welcome back to Otaku Hell.
Yeah, we had a minor break in filming for
We might
phone calls.
be hysterical if we did a fake commercial.
You could.
not
As a shout out, if anyone wants to play MMOs with us, we're welcome. to
Oh
have you
yeah,
join us.
we're always looking for new people to play MMOs.
Please join our clan. Shout out. Yes.
Also, if you play Team Fortress 2, I use my real name, but I'm not gonna tell you. But I just use my real name. I'm serious. I use
Send
my
me a
real
message or something. I'll forward the message to you.
name.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
We
I'm serious.
play Guns and Raytheon and Wolf Team, and Fiesta, and Xia Rebirth. And
Maple Story.
I haven't
No,
heard
who
about
don't-
Maple Story in months and
Yeah, no.
months.
None of us are really playing Maple
haven't
Story.
played
Rumble
it since I
Fighter,
left
Rumble Fighter,
Magnet.
Rumble Fighter.
Yes, I'm
look
the
him
only
up.
person probably in the fucking 2-mile radius who plays Rumble Fighter still.
Well, we have our clan and guns. Come look us up.
So I'm
or
probably
click
Yeah,
the
okay,
link.
we're
on
getting
the-
off topic. What the fuck? This is what happened in the first video. Let's get back on topic.
But I
What was-
think we're good.
we're good.
Alright, so we tried to prove that games haven't gotten harder, they've gotten easier, but the thing is, there's just a whole lot more stuff added into them. So, you know, games back then were really tough to beat, but when you beat them you were done. But now games aren't so tough to beat, but you have to beat them a whole bunch of times. I tried to use the game catalogs I made of all the games I have copies of, in some way, shape, or form, to illustrate this fact, but yeah. Might be a little skewed, some data messed up here and there, but hey, I hope you enjoyed. We tried.